Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to Baby's Customs. I'm Rich, and today we're going to get the carbs back on and see if it starts up. Okay, so I've had the new inlet rubbers turn up. I mean, they're worlds apart from the condition of the old ones, obviously. I got these from a company in Europe called Motorcycle Spare Parts. They're an online company. They're not badly priced, the delivery was really quick. So yeah, I'll pop a link for them in the description of this video in case you need any parts yourself. If you have a quick look at these compared to the old ones, just to show you, the difference as to why the old ones are a bit of a pain to get to reseal if you take them off. If I just zoom you in a little, like this, and just focus on that. So if you see the top of there, this is the new one. You can see that this O-ring is sitting just proud of here. As if you compare that to the old one is sitting pretty much dead flat from where it's taken a set due to the heat from the end. It's just something O-rings do. When they get hot and they're held in position for a long time, they just hold their shape. They make the seal and then they don't move anymore. So putting that back on, the chance of it sealing without some sort of extra sealant being put into it is quite slim. Put a nice shiny new one on, we should be alright. So we'll get these on. Oh, the clamps are from the old one. The new ones didn't come with clamps, but it's okay because I had a set anyway, so we don't mind. We'll get these on, put the carbs on, and see how we go. Okay, so we've got the airbox and the carbs back on, the fuel petcock is back in place. So the next thing to do is to go and get the battery off the Virago, hook that back up, pop some fuel in it and see if we can get it to run. Okay, so I'll put my jumper on because it's gotten quite cold now. So the airbox is on, we've now got battery, I've put fuel in it. So let's see if it starts. Turn that on, choke, engine on. A bit more fuel in. Right, what's going on? Take this back out. See what's going on. What is going on? Right, so after lots of trying, turn that off. I flattened the battery. For the briefest second off camera, typically, it did actually fire. So I have heard this engine running now, but I think what the problem is because I'm only putting in small amounts of fuel, I'm not quite getting enough in there for it to do what it needs to do. So what I may do is see about getting one of these like 1 litre suspended fuel cells where you sort of hang them from the ceiling and feed them in, or put the tank back on and just put a drop of fuel in there. Whilst that is charging, I'm going to swap the front wheel over and take the white one off and put the black one from my old bike on, because I don't want white wheels. The back wheel is going to be black, the new front wheel is going to be black, so it's just an easy thing to do whilst I wait for the battery to get some power in it, and then we'll have another go and see if we can have any more luck. Okay, we're still on charge, we've swapped the wheel over. I'm going to have one more go at starting this thing, and then I'm going to call it a night because it's backfiring. So it's weird because I've done a compression test on it. Let me just come down a bit so you can see better. So I've done a compression test on it. There's about 125 psi per cylinder, so they're very even, which makes me think the rings are okay, the valves are closing as they should do. There's definitely fuel getting into it because it's backfiring, it's going into the exhaust, it's going bang. I think it might be there's not enough air going to it. So what I've done, I have reset the mixture screws, put them all the way back in and then back them out by 1.5 turns, just to see if that makes any difference. I've also taken the connectors off of the coil packs and just given them a bit of a scrub to make sure they've got a good connection. We've got good spark, good compression, fuel. There is air getting to it, I just don't know if it's not enough or maybe it's too much, don't know. We're going to have one more go and then, I don't know, think of something else. Right. Nope. So, still no running engine. Although, as I said before, it has ran for about 5 seconds. It ran. So, it must be so close to actually firing properly. I just need to figure out what it is that's doing it. I don't think it needs it, but we'll give it some new spark plugs. What shall I do? I don't know. Chuck in the comments what you think it could be. Maybe I'm missing something obvious. Maybe someone out there has had a similar issue to me. I'm going to get a fuel bottle, a proper fuel bottle for it, rather than just syringing it in, just to see if that makes any difference. Maybe a bit of extra flow going into it, a bit of a steadier rate helps. I don't know. So that's a bit of a disappointing end. Again, it will run. It will. With enough hope, it will run. In other news, you may have seen on Facebook, I don't have the parts with me, I have pressed out the 2 different stems. Obviously, this front end is still on here, so it's not the stem from this bike, it's the stem from my old bike, which I've now taken the measurements from and put together a drawing which will let me make a hybrid stem so that it'll fit into the Kawasaki forks and into this frame. So I'll get that done at some point. Yeah. that's about it. Bit of a letdown video, so sorry about that. If you are still enjoying what you're watching, and I know it must be difficult at the moment because I'm not having the most success in the world, don't forget to like and subscribe. Offer any comments, tips you want. I'm all ears to see if you can help me figure out what's going on with this thing. Remember to stay safe out there, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.